For latest updates, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.
On 28th of March 2021, the President of India gave his assent to the budget proposals of 2021. This related into the Finance Act of 2021, 13 of 2021. The amendments done under the Customs Act and the Customs Tariff are reviewed over here. The sections which amends the custom portion are section 89 to section 100, and the sections which amend the customs tariff are section 101 to 107. The first amendment is an addition in the definitions in section 2 of the Customs Act. The definition added is in section 2, subsection 7b, common portal. Common portal means the Central Customs electronic portal, which has been referred to in section 154C of the Customs Act. We shall see the meaning of this later. The second section which has been amended is section 5 of the Customs Act, which talks about powers of the officers. The Commissioner of Customs Appeals was given special powers only to act on certain sections and certain chapters. The same has now been amended to read as Chapter 15, Section 108 and subsection 1D of section 110. So this has increased the powers of the Commissioner of Customs Appeals. Amendment to section 25 of the Customs Act. Section 25 reads as power to grant exemption of duty. This section has been amended and a time limit has been put to all the exemption notifications that shall henceforth be notified. There is a clear-cut savings clause over there which says that for all the notifications which were in existence on the date the Finance Act 2021 was passed, would all be considered with an effective date of 1st of February 2021. The amendment reads as below. Where any exemption is granted, subject to any condition under subsection 1, such exemption shall, unless otherwise specified or varied or rescinded, be valid up to 31st day of March, falling immediately after 2 years from the date of such grant or variation. Insertion of a new section, section 28BB. This brings in time limit for certain actions of the officers. What it states is that any inquiry or investigation required under this Act, which has been pursuant to an audit, a search or a seizure, shall be completed within 2 years from that particular date on which the action was initiated. So here it gives a time limit to the customs to finish issuance of a notice. The Principal Commissioner of Customs is empowered to give an extension of 1 year for specific reasons that he will have to record. So it means that with a special permission from the Principal Commissioner of Customs, show cause notices will have to be issued within a maximum period of 3 years, that is 2 + 1 an extension given under special circumstances. Amendment to Section 46. This has the biggest effect coming in from the 30th of March 2021. And what it does is it prepones the date of filing of the bill of entry on import cycle, and this is likely to change the way custom clearance on import cycle happens in India. The amendment has different effects on the way the cargoes come into India. For cargoes coming by sea from countries other than Bangladesh, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, in all other cases the bill of entry has to be filed on the day preceding the date of the entry inwards, even if it is a holiday. And on imports coming in from these countries, the bill of entry has to be filed on the same day on which the entry inward has been finalized. In case of air cargo, bills of entries have to be filed on the same day on which the entry inward has been finalized. In the case of the ICDs and the air freight stations, the bill of entry has to be filed on the date preceding the day of arrival of the goods at that particular station. To give effect to this, they have issued an advisory which says that in case of consignments moving on a house bill of lading or airway bill and a master bill of lading or airway bill, the necessity of filing in the master bill of lading number or the master airway bill has been done away with, and only the house document can be given as a reference. Amendment of Section 110. Section 1D as a subsection to Section 110 has been added only for gold, in which case the proper officer need not make an application to a magistrate but can make an application to Commissioner Appeals to take orders for disposal of the same. Amendment to Section 113. Section 113 refers to confiscation of goods attempted to be improperly exported, etc. A new subsection, subsection JA, has been added, and any goods entered for exportation, that is, any goods on which a shipping bill has been filed under a claim of remission or refund of duty or tax or levy of duty to make a wrongful claim in contravention of the provisions of the Act. Insertion of a new section, Section 114AC. Section 114 talked about penalty on attempt to export goods improperly, etc. Here they define very clearly in the new amendment that where a person has obtained an invoice by fraud, willful misconduct, suppression of facts and collusion to utilize input tax credit on the basis of such false invoice for discharging any duty or tax on the goods, he shall be liable to a penalty not exceeding 5 times the refund claim. Section 114AC refers to penalty for fraudulent utilization of input tax credit for claiming refunds. Amendment to Section 139. Section 139 refers to presumption as to documents in certain cases. The amendment includes the Commissioner of Customs appeals along with the magistrate for all relevant actions under the same. Section 149 is Amendment of Documents. This is a facilitating amendment which says that in case it is possible, the importer or the exporter can be given the facility of doing an amendment electronically through the common portal. Amendment of Section 153. Section 153 refers to modes of service of notices, etc. The amendment is an addition of a new subsection, subsection CA, which says that the notice can also be served by making it available on the common portal. Insertion of new section, Section 154C. Section 154C refers to Common Customs Electronic Portal. The amendments to the customs tariff are included in Section 101 to Section 107 of the Finance Act 2021. The amendments to the customs tariff are Amendment of Section 8B. Here the word unit shall include units. Amendment of Section 9 of the customs tariff. Section 9 is countervailing duty on subsidized articles. The amendment is giving effect to a large number of smaller grammatical and other clarifications. Amendment to Section 9A of the Customs Tariff Act. Section 9A talks about anti-dumping duty on dumped goods. The other amendments are to the various schedules which are done annually.
For detailed learning on all logistics subjects, visit www.logiveda.com.